Alright, so just going to do a update on Tropical Storm Faye and the impacts for Connecticut. So here's the latest track from the Hurricane Center as the 8 p.m. advisory that just came out a few minutes ago. Winds are 45 miles per hour. The movement is to the north at 8 miles per hour. We do have a tropical storm warning that extends from New Jersey all the way up to Connecticut. This includes Long Island. Does include New York City as well. So the track brings it, making landfall near New York City, or just to the east of the city, and then it could make landfall somewhere either in far. I'm having a brain fart real quick. Far southwestern Connecticut, or into western New York. Eastern New York, I'm at. Gosh, I'm having a little bit of a brain fart here. So that's the latest track. Wind speed probabilities. Where the center is right now is where the highest probabilities of tropical storm force winds are. Does extend into New Hampshire and Vermont. Here in Connecticut, it is a 30% risk, so a low risk, but that could increase as the storm approaches. There's also a very low risk of 50 knot or greater winds, so we're going to be watching that very carefully. So the current watches and warnings for the area for Connecticut: flash flood watch the whole state, tropical storm warning for the immediate shoreline for locally. And the flash flood watch is for 1 to 2 inches of rain expected locally. Local amounts could exceed 3 or 4 inches, especially in western Connecticut, eastern New York. So there's your latest watches and warning map. Where are we going here? So I'll show you a couple models for this storm. This is from the NAM model for, we'll do precipitation here real quick, put on reflectivity. So a few pop-up storms tonight, no big deal. We go towards tomorrow afternoon, a few showers expected. The NAM has brought the storm in New York and New Jersey, and there has been a little bit of a shift to the east with this, so that's something to be mindful of, as models are starting to shift this more east, which means it could have more time over water, and we could have a lesser impact here with the center of circulation. So say the center, right now models show the center like right here, just to the west of New York City, but if this eastward trend continues, the center could end up over Long Island and entering into southern Connecticut. So that's something to be mindful of. Also, some of these cells you see here in the outer bands of this, some of these could produce isolated tornadoes. Actually, I'll show you this right now. There is a marginal risk of severe weather here for tornadoes and wind for tomorrow. So that's something we're going to be keeping a very close eye on as well. Just go back here, and it shows the center of circulation in New York and New Jersey, and then Connecticut gets some of the outer effects. So if this thing stays west, we get less of an impact with rain, and more of an impact with wind for most of the coastline. But if this thing shifts, the strongest winds will go towards southeastern Connecticut, and the heaviest rain will be focused in western Connecticut and into central Connecticut if that were to happen. Right now, this is what I'm saying for rainfall. 1 to 2 inches for Wyndham-Tolland counties and northeastern Hertford County. 2 to 3 inches for a good rest of the state. And 3 to 4 inches plus in far western Connecticut. If this thing shifts more east, you can expect a... let me just draw this out real quick, actually. You can expect a shift in this 3 to 4 inch area. You can expect a 3 to 4 inch to maybe go to this area, extend this way. The 1 to 2 inches could get moved up to this area as well, and then the 2 to 3 inches also will move more to the north and to the east. So that's something to be mindful of, is shift it. The track is still uncertain slightly. We do have a better understanding now. We're getting a lot of model guidance in that shows the storm. New York City, New Jersey coast, or Long Island could be the area for center of circulation. And then bands of heavy rain, gusty winds continue through the night into Saturday. And then Saturday, we do run the risk for a few strong storms that could, as the storm pulls away, we could have a few strong storms that could produce an isolated tornado or two. So now we'll back this back up to tomorrow morning, and we'll put on the wind forecast. We'll start off with the sustained wind, the wind speeds. So as the storm moves up, you can see the strongest winds stay south of Connecticut at this time. You can see sustained winds between 5 and 15 to 20 miles per hour for the state. But you can see just down here we have 30 mile per hour sustained winds where the near center is. The NAM model wants to bring sustained winds of tropical storm force just to the south of New York City. And then it brings strong tropical storm force wind speeds just south of us. Long Island could have some tropical storm force wind speeds, as well as the immediate shoreline. That's why there's the tropical storm warning there. The reason the tropical storm warning is not inland, you're not expecting sustained winds of tropical storm force there. You could have tropical storm wind gusts, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Weather Service puts out a wind advisory for the rest of the state. But the highest wind speeds will be confined to the immediate shoreline. That's where the tropical storm warning is. And then wind speeds do increase throughout the night according to the NAM. And then the wind speeds gradually decrease as the storm pulls away. It could be a breeze. It's going to be breezy on Saturday as well with those isolated storms. And then the storm finally pulls away for Sunday. We'll put on the wind gust forecast. So you can do it. Here we go. Here comes a storm tomorrow morning, early afternoon, winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour for the state. And then the wind gusts increase throughout the day. And by Friday evening, we're looking at wind gusts between 30 and 40 miles per hour for much of the state, isolated gusts up to 45. And by the time the center of the storm gets close by, we could be talking about wind gusts that could approach 50 miles per hour. I think that's a little bit on the high side, but I wouldn't be shocked if somewhere along the immediate shoreline of Connecticut saw a wind gust up to 50 miles per hour. And then we have wind gusts decreasing throughout the overnight into Saturday morning. And then it's a breezy day on Saturday as the storm pulls away. Again, those storms for Saturday, actually, as the storm pulls away. So that's basically all I got. Oh wait, one more thing is we do have a slight risk of flash flooding for all of Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Delaware. That's where we're expecting the highest rainfall amounts to be. The rainfall forecast from the the Weather Prediction Center shows the highest amounts in western Connecticut, where we could see locally up to 2.5 to 3 inches according to this. I think there could be some isolated 4-inch amounts somewhere in western Connecticut and eastern New York. Delaware, southern New Jersey had the best chance of locally 8 inches plus of rainfall. So that's all I got for you guys tonight. I'll be doing another update tomorrow morning as we get more information. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe out there.